Once again, I appreciate y'all checking my videos out on my recreating my very first car. This time, we're going to tackle this right front fender, which is actually the worst body panel on the whole entire car. Took a while, but I think I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, let's see what we got right here. If I'm letting all the rusty bolts get them, I actually think it's going to come out pretty good, really. Might not look like it right now, but I believe it will. Got to start somewhere, and I'm thinking that while I've got it on here, I'll get part of them. I'll get it part away, and then finish it up when I get it off here. I'm glad I didn't have my head under that hood. Don't you just love real old metal? I like it.
I apologize for the audio on this thing. The wind was whipping up there about 5,000 miles an hour up there at scene, and it had more wind you picked up on it than it did my voice. So I do apologize for that. Up on top of that hill up there, it is really windy all the time. But I hope you can hear me there if you squint a little close.
All right, I think that's pretty good for a rough end, and that way I can smooth all this right here up. Now that I got it into pretty well the right shape, once I get it off there and I can get to it, lay it down flat, it'll be a lot easier to dolly it out there. I just wanted to get that main part of it beat out of there to make sure. Not too bad, that'll work. Again, I would rather have this fender as an aftermarket.
Panels to be so solid. These bolts and clips on this thing were horrible. Almost, I'd say, a third of them broke. And of course, the ones that broke, you couldn't get to.
All right. I think it's ready to come off. I tried to get it off there and I thought there's something still holding it, and I got looking and there's a bolt inside on like the kick panel. So I got that thing off. This thing's supposed to come off there now. Look at that. Boom! Oh, look at that. Red washers too. Watch out for the red washers. You about see me get it. Easy. Don't smack at them. Take that, you beast. Take that. Take that. Oh my goodness. I got the fender off though. Heck yeah. All right, so I got the fenders off. I didn't get stung by the washers. I actually bent that one right there a little bit, which is no big deal. But look at the inside of this fender. This is why I bought this car. Believe it or not, this fender has never had any body work done to it. No holes punched in it, nothing. No rusty places in it. I got this place right here to where this right here is messed up on it, which will be no big deal. That'll be a super easy fix. So look at that. Dolly this right here out. I am really excited with my fender. Stand it up here and show you what I got. Look there. That's a nice fender. So now that I can get to it, this is the one that I dollied out or roughed in. I put that thing up on a bench, up on a set of horses, and dolly that thing out. Shoot, super nice fender. Back got all this off this thing. I'm gonna take this off too, just because. I'll pick this up. Oop. I'll pick which one's the best one and keep it between the two of them. But until I get them cleaned off, I really won't know which one that is. But I'm on my way. Check this out. Old lifter laying in that radiator support in that thing. You probably could tell some tales. Now let's see if we can get this chrome off here without messing any of the chrome up. Got the end piece off, those are messed up. Looks like it's gonna come just right off there, doesn't it? Got these couple of pieces here on the end. Uh-oh. That means that Milo's mama is home. That means the wife is home. Because old Milo is having a fit. Okay, that piece of chrome is bad, which I've got the other piece, I think. I hope. I gotta go back through all my chrome now. Oh my goodness. He's having a fit. You would think he likes her or something, huh? Wife calls, break time. I lost my help. I got our dog Muddy. He's been to be a real dog. So I'm gonna try to do this with hanging on to it. Where these clips are at, they just got a little clip on it, and you can just right under there and clip it right off. Just be careful. Take your time. Because remember, everything's old, and that's all there are to it. Just pops it right off there. Now I'll get these off, rough that up a little bit, put some stripper on it, and put the rust preventative stuff on the inside, and this will be another piece ready to start stripping on. I'm excited. Now it's time to get the rust inhibitor off of it, which is water soluble, so it's supposed to be like environmentally friendly and stuff. So we're gonna get that cleaned off there and get to doing some work on this thing. Now that I got it off and I got it cleaned up, I'm gonna have to excuse me, I'm gonna have to dolly and make me a few places. I'm gonna put some metal in this, make some places in here, straighten this up. But overall, still a really good fender. Not any really bad places on it. So this place over here, this will have to be fixed over here. I'll put some metal in this. I'll make me a new part of that bottom fender. This here's where the fender actually bolts onto it. And so really, still, like I said, still very happy the fact that I've got an original fender to go on this thing. This was at the front of the fender where that bracket was messed up at, and I could not get that thing off, so I basically messed that up worse than it was anyway. But I'll put a little patch panel, it'll be fine. All right, this is the right fender that I had that was bent up really bad on the car. Got it off, got most of it all stripped off, and I'm gonna make sure I can fix this thing right, which I think I can. So here it is on the inside where I had rough dollied it all out. Still pretty nasty. Still for sure nasty along the lip. Got some rust right here. Got these weld patches I'm gonna bend and make to do that. Also this side over here, it's got some right here in the corner of this. That'll patch take care of that right there. Here it really shows you how nasty that is right there. But I really do think I can dolly that thing out and come out pretty good. That'll show you how much we got there, all this whole area right here. But I really do think I can. So let me know if you think I can or not.
I think I've actually got about 3 or 3.5 lunches in this thing. So I just took my time, pecked away, didn't have to stretch it or anything. Didn't actually have to heat nothing up to get it to come out. So actually I'm really happy with how it come out. It'll be fine.
All right, I don't know how much of this you can see, but you see right here with this line, I pretty well got all of it. Now I've got to get this line. That's probably what's holding me off on getting the rest of this done. So I'm gonna take and clamp this right here on it and get that line straight.
This piece that I'm using is actually a piece of bar stock that you make horseshoes out of that my son used.
All right, pretty happy with how this thing turned out. Excuse me. I'll be able to, I think we can fix that. Like I said, it's stout. No soft places in it, no buckling or anything like that in it. Got the edge pretty good. Do a little bit more on that. I think there's a little low place there. We'll work on that. But biggest thing is now I know for sure that we can fix this fender. So now I'll go ahead and get the rest of it stripped off. I said that earlier. This down here and that down here, that's not gonna be any big deal. This up here where that thing is, if you go back and look at the first one, that fender was tore up pretty good. But that's amazing. You know, 60s steel versus today's steel. Could have never fixed that on a modern day car. So, but there it is, well on its way.
I got looking at it some more before I finished sanding the rest of it. I'd done just a little bit of really fine tuning, tried to tap out even all the little bitty places and stuff on it. So I pecked around on it there quite a bit more before I decided that it was for sure going to be really good. So no need having to put filler in it when you can sit there and peck around on it for free. I really don't know how long this time-lapse deal was, but it was several minutes just pecking around on it, just taking my time on it.
All right, so here's what we got so far. Beat and banged on it there probably, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. We had a hump right here, a line right here where it had kinked it here. That's pretty well gone. Need just a little bit more. I have to sand on that to figure out where I'm at. This big dip right here, or this big hump right here where that thing was creased in there, got that gone. Got my line pretty well started around the lip right there. I'm gonna have to turn it over and sharpen that line right there up. But as far as the, basic shape we got for just getting going, and look how the edge is up pretty good. And look, of course, that's a good thing about this old stuff is you don't have to worry about it flopping around. So it didn't lose none of its strength or anything. So I'm gonna roll it over and this, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this here should be like right there, if that makes any sense. This down probably 1/16, 1/8 of an inch right here. That line is just not sharp yet. So I'm gonna flip it over now that I've got all this here smoothed up. This knocked down because it was flat. So I got it bowed like that right there. So we'll turn it around here, sharpen this up, which we'll have to go back and do this again then. So just taking my time. I think this fender's gonna work. And again, that way it'll be an original fender.
I kind of feel like I said some of the same things over and over again there, and I do apologize for that. But like I said, this was over a period of several days on my lunch break, and every time I thought I had it good enough, the more I looked at it, the more I decided that, hey, I could just peck around on it a little bit more. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to sit there and peck on it. I'm on my lunch break anyway, so I mean, how much can you eat, really? And so I would just peck around on it, and then like, oh, I think that's pretty good. But then when I got to looking at it, it'd be like, there's a little place, and there's a little place. And I'm glad I did spend the extra time on it. If you're stuck on this video this long, I appreciate it. And one thing I've done right here, those time lapse, they just don't show that the length of time that it really does take. If you'll notice this whole little section right here, I'm really just within probably a 3 or 4 or 5 inch little place right there, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But that's what you have to do. You just have to take your time, be careful, and just peck and peck and peck on it. Again, one more time, I think it's worth every bit of this time and effort that I've put into these original fenders, because, I mean, they are the original ones. That way when somebody comes up, hey, where'd you find them fenders? I said, got them off of Falcon. No aftermarket for this car.
All right, on my lunch break again. All right, here's the fender that was so rough. It'd be the right front one. I got it all smoothed out. I know now that I can fix it, and it's not weak or nothing like that. It's all good. So I got the top face of it all stripped off, got the top stripped off, got the little bitty places, the tiny little places dollied out on it. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put some primer on it, just enough to protect it, and then when I get ready to put it on the car, I'll cut this out, patch those pieces in there, and then I'll finish this. But for right now, the right fender is going to get primed and put on the shelf. All right, now right fender is protected, waiting on being able to bolt on there to where we can finish up the body work on it. And believe it or not, I don't know if you can tell it or not, but other than where our little damage was, the old fender's pretty slick, not nothing on it. I'll take care of the rest of it. Right in here is where I, dollied that right there out. Not bad, a little bit of work there. Really happy with where this right here is. It still needs work, no doubt about that, but it is very, very, very close enough. And still, just to fix these couple little places here, couple little places here. But like I said, I'll do that when I get it bolted on the car. So, right fender, ready for the shelf. Come on, left fender.
Really happy with this original fender to this point right here. Can't wait to get it on the car and get it slick.